Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Oh, you know, I'm just cruising. Yeah.
Welcome to 1994.
Yeah,
this is
I
Cruis'n
guess.
the USA.
Yeah, so technically we're playing this on a Nintendo 64 emulator.
Right, which this version of this game came out in 96, but
Yeah. But
there was the
this is-
arcade version in 94.
It's basically the same thing, right? Like
I think pretty much, yeah. So I guess we're going to cruise the USA.
I guess. Listen to this bullshit. Listen to this bullshit.
Whoa, whoa. La Bamba. 63 muscle
63
car.
muscle car.
Generic muscle car.
Devastator 7.
That's
Look,
6
what
Pro.
What? I don't think a car company would name a car Devastator.
Italia P69.
I think we want to drive around in Captain America's car.
This one?
La Bamba.
La
Yeah.
Bamba?
That looks like Captain America's
All right,
car.
we'll do that first. So, this game
was advertised as running on Nintendo 64 hardware in an arcade cabinet, but it wasn't. It was running on some other shit. The Midway V-Unit hardware,
that's what we read in the Wikipedia article.
clocked at 50 megahertz.
Whoa. Yeah, so I remember playing these games in the arcade. I feel like Cruis'n Exotica was a big one, which I think was a later one
Yeah.
that I played
Yeah.
probably the most, but they're all like basically the same.
You know when I remember playing this? I remember being in a CC's Pizza
yeah.
in Atlanta playing this. And like,
Yeah, I'm
you know,
stomping. Oh god.
holy shit.
I just fucked up that
That
vacation.
bus. Man.
That family. Oh, that was a cop.
Oh shit, it's the cops. It's the cops. Yeah, it's very, Man, you know there's a side of the road you're supposed to drive on, right? What
I'm
are you
still
doing?
in second, man. That that's like the most interesting thing that's happened so far. Yeah, this seems really, really cheesy.
Yeah, I mean,
With like the naked porn star girl waving the flag and.
yeah, I mean, it's like,
But I remember like as a little like 6-year-old boy
just thinking it was cool.
thinking it was pretty cool. Like fire comes out of your car, out of your exhaust. I don't
Does
even know
it?
what that means. Yeah. Like when you-
Doesn't that happen on your car when you do something to it? Isn't that like a thing that you can put on your car so that it looks cool?
I think
There's a word for that.
some
isn't
like racing guys have that on their car.
it? Yeah.
I think it's called fire pipe.
It's called fire pipe. Muscle pipe solder fist.
Got first.
Good thing you didn't run over those hotties.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, yeah. Look at those
gyrating.
boobs. She's just like, this is what I'm going to do to your dick later.
So I guess we're unlocking faster cars through
Are
this
we?
process. This is like campaign mode. Now we're in San Francisco, which looks the same as wherever we just were. Probably like Los Angeles or whatever. Oh man, I wonder if Sonic's gonna show up. So
San Francisco.
yeah,
Oh,
okay.
sick
I
jump, dog.
remember there being jumps.
Six jump. I think you ran someone over.
Did I? I was in the. Someone screamed for sure.
Maybe it's the bitch that's on your dick. Maybe she got startled. Sick dodge.
This is a Chevy. Yeah, I think this is all this game is.
That's just in the song.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. It's just like overtly sexual. Like this is
I
what
feel
shit
weird.
this
I
is
feel-
what shit used to be like unironically.
Yeah.
Like shit just used to be.
I feel weird about liking this as a 6-year-old boy now.
Yeah.
Like, Man. So I guess there was this game, and then Cruis'n the World, which surprisingly is just the same game, but with locations from around the world. And then Cruis'n Exotica, which I don't know what that... What does Exotica entail?
I don't know, man.
Does that mean like the moon?
Cruis'n goes to the moon.
This is it's super easy. I think it's on one of the easiest settings.
You think so?
There's just like a harem.
The Fast and the Furious is an arcade game that was designed by the same guy who designed Cruis'n USA.
Check this out.
Sick, bro. Obviously. Oh, you even get to see how they make it. It's like Mr. Rogers. That's how license plates are made.
Yeah.
So the Fast and the this
game is actually a Mr. Rogers game.
That was made by the same guy who made these. So like the Fast and the Furious arcade game that's in like Dave and Buster's or whatever, based on the movie, was made by this motherfucker.
Seems like that makes sense, I guess.
Eugene Jarvis.
Where
That seems like the name of like a
probably pay attention to
mildly successful 90s game developer guy.
Yeah.
Eugene Jarvis.
Now we're in the desert.
In the Mojave.
There was just like a canyon going through that
Yeah.
road.
That's how roads work in the Mojave. This is just like Desert Bus.
Whoa. You're getting feisty now.
This is just like Desert Bus.
I don't know if this is just like Desert Bus.
Fucking
like a
helicopters
low-flying
flying low as
helicopter.
shit, yeah. Yeah, what's
It's
with
like
these
canyon-
chasms in the
Just
road?
like chasms bisecting the highway. Does that just happen in Nevada or wherever we are?
I don't know, man. So there's you're right, there's Cruis'n World. And then Cruis'n Exotica came out in 1999 in the arcade.
God damn, that was like
There's like tigers and
same year
shit
the
on
Matrix
it
came out.
and totem poles.
I like tigers and totem poles.
Yeah, you were right. The levels take place in exotic locations in the universe, such
In the
as
universe.
such as Las Vegas, Thailand, and even Mars. You know, things like places like Las Vegas, Thailand, and Mars.
I got second.
Nice. The game
That
also
one.
allows the player to choose the driver visible on screen during races, including a Martian, a baby, a clown, and a cowboy. So yeah, it's just like insane, crazy. Cruis'n World is just like tracks around the world.
Yeah. Just China and shit.
Giant shit, yeah.
There's just like crazy guys driving the other way now. Like driving toward us. Just like swerving around so that we run into them.
In Cruis'n World, you have to drive on the left side of the road. Such attention to detail in the Cruis'n series.
I wonder if it's accurate. Like, I wonder if there's... Are there any other places that are right-hand?
So is there
Like,
any
I'm sure there are, but
in the world?
yeah, like,
I
I think it's mostly left.
think like fucking Australia for some reason is right side of the road. I could be wrong about that. I could be completely wrong about that. There's some place
That
like
southern
that.
hemisphere.
Yeah, toilets swirl the opposite direction. Is that that's not for a reason, is it? That's just because that's how toilets are made. Because of the gravity world.
I think I'm not gonna venture to comment on this subject.
I don't know why the water spins different ways. Does it even spin different ways? Is that real? Does water spin different ways? If
I
you're
think that's a perfect thing to look up on your magic computer device.
Australia toilet. Do Australian toilets? There's a mental floss about it.
That seems like the place to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was right. It's not a thing.
Yeah.
The only reason a toilet would swirl in the other way is because the jets are pointing the other way.
Yeah. It's just like some shit dads tell to their kids.
Yeah, there is a thing that's called the Coriolis effect, which affects hurricanes, but it doesn't, it's not a strong enough effect to affect really small things. It's one of those, if it's like a Tool video thing, like if you zoom out far enough, then we're like a spiral-shaped mole on a baby's ass or whatever. Something more grand than that. But, it's like the force is so subtle that if you have a small thing, then you don't see it. But if you have a huge, massive fucking thing, then you see that force.
Yeah. This one is harder. Skinny road. There's redwoods everywhere.
Yeah, you're in... Where's the place with the redwoods? It's California, right? So how come you were just in, Nevada, but now you're in California? I thought you were,
I might have been in California still.
Oh, just, the fucking desert.
Yeah.
That's in California. Man, a lot of this game takes place in California.
Yeah. It's an important place.
I mean...
So...
Yeah, cocaine and shit, man.
So it's interesting to just contrast this with
contrast it. Contrast Olga. He gave his life for us, man. That contrast Olga.
To compare it to Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, which is another racing game on the N64.
Yeah.
Which I think is far superior to this game.
I mean, is it a superior game by a lot, or is it mostly just because it's like Star Wars?
Actually.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame.
Star Wars definitely is at least 70% of the reason. But I think it's just a less this is very gross.
Yeah.
It's just
But dude, boobs.
I mean, boobs are pretty
Pixelated
good.
boobs. Why is the sunset good? Why are boobs good, man? Firecrackers.
Boobs in this context are not
Yeah.
that appealing.
You don't like boobs in fast cars? Do they have the trees carved out like that so you can drive under them?
Yeah.
That's hardcore. Does it seem like they did that because they didn't want to cut the tree down, or does it seem like they did that just to be look at us, look at how cool this is?
I think it was look how fucking big this tree is. You can drive a car through it.
It's a pretty fucking big tree.
Yeah, my memories of these games...
Is this accurate, or some of them fucking goddamn gigantic, and some of them are just regular trees?
I don't think they go across a 2-lane highway. But they are pretty big. Yeah, my memory of this game is going to Fuddruckers.
Buttfuckers.
On a Wednesday after a soccer game.
Yeah, totally.
Or whatever.
Totally.
And then
Did you play soccer?
I played soccer for a couple years.
That seems like the sport you would play.
I was
Nice.
in a team called the Sharks.
Sick.
We were super cool.
Sick.
I think we never won a game. a single game.
Yeah, I think the sporting teams that I was on before I went to CC's Pizza and played this game in the 90s, I think none of them really won very much either.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
Yeah, we're definitely still in California.
I can't remember the name of the baseball team I was on, but it was something stupid. It wasn't a cool animal. It was just some stupid bullshit.
Was it like the chairs?
It was like the Mets or some shit like that. It wasn't that. It was, some Georgia thing,
The
I think, but
Fuzz.
it was some dumb thing. And the basketball team I was on, I don't know if that had a name either. I don't even know how
I'm
I
sure
got.
it had a name.
How'd I get a? I mean, well, yeah, I just don't know.
Or in Beverly Hills.
We are the nameless team.
Keep an eye out for
We
Eddie
come in the
Murphy.
night for your children. We are the ageless ones. We see time as an ocean. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know how I played sports because I was homeschooled. So how did that even happen? Sports
There
are a school thing,
teams.
right?
Mine wasn't a school-based thing.
There's just
There's just kids
kids sports leagues
Yeah.
that are not school.
Yeah, that's I think largely what they are.
Really? It's not school?
I think
And
sometimes
is it
it might
like
be
high
integrated
school
into
that
the school.
starts, but before high school it's not a thing?
That's probably how it is.
Yeah. I don't know how anything
I'm sure
works.
schools
Today,
have.
I was walking in the grocery store, and I realized that normally when I'm walking, I have earbuds on, and I'm holding my backpack strap with one hand, on the way to work or whatever, and I got my hand in my pocket on my phone with my other hand. But when I was in the store today, my phone was in my jeans pocket, and I didn't have my backpack, so I just had my hands at my sides, and I felt like fucking Ted Cruz walking around,
What do you
is
mean,
this
like
how
the
a
Zodiac
human
Killer?
walks? I like the Zodiac Killer. I felt like,
You were just what do you do with your hands? when you're
yeah,
not
what do you
holding
do
a
with your
thing?
hands? They just hang at your sides. You're just like a tendril beast walking around ooh.
Yeah. We
Like,
should probably
so weird.
study some human behavior and learn how to blend in.
how to seem more human.
This seems like a really long road.
I mean, we are driving across the continental United fucking States.
Yeah, but we're stopping in every city in California.
Forever.com. Stopping in